Hello everyone, welcome to my review of the finale of the Rainmaker trilogy. We have Transformers War for Cybertron, Seas, Rainmakers, Voyager class, Acid Storm, the only name that might actually get some recognition here because Acid Storm has had some figures over the years, even, if I remember correctly, going as far as to get an actual masterpiece. Sadly enough, that masterpiece is inaccurate because in the Generation 1 cartoon, Acid Storm never once had an actual Earth mode. He only appeared with his buddies in one Generation 1 episode on Cybertron. But yeah, here he is, fully in green and fully in that ugly stuff. And also, by the time of recording this, I do not have Studio Series 86 Megatron if he has been released before, you know, I upload this. I don't know when he releases, I don't know when I'm gonna get him, I don't even know when this video goes up. I just know I'm recording it right now, and let's continue on, shall we? But overall, Acid Storm, like I said, he is the one that actually is a bit recognizable, and that also kind of hurts him the most because of the fact that they had some colorations that they could have gone with potentially because of the Acid Storm, kind of like the military green type of thing. They did not do that. Now, technically, that is accurate to the Generation 1 cartoon, but still, it's the way that I know Acid Storm, so seeing him just in this bright green, maybe lime color, I don't know, I'm not good with colors, it's kind of weird. But also the battle damage that I absolutely despise is actually kind of helping him because it kind of gives that military stuff, because the military has multiple colored stuff anyway. But let's take a look here at his head sculpt. Starting off, he's got the same head sculpt that the other two have as well, because he's just a straight up repaint. Then he's got the turbines once again on the chest. We got the cockpit here as well. We got a bunch of details here on the arms that I hope you guys can see. You got the details here on the legs as well and under the titties as well. You got the battle damage here that looks like garbage and the battle damage here that looks like garbage, and it kind of eats away at the details that they put in here. And that is something that I do not like. And then obviously you once again have the same feet as the other two as well. And then he also has these things, which I still love the way that they do this. And then finally here's the back with the thruster and the battle damage on the wings as well. Once again looking like garbage. But overall he looks in a way very nice, but also in a way not so nice. And that way also you got the gray here, the Decepticon symbols on the inside. And let's move you off to the side, because now it's no ray time, baby. Look at these no rays. You get out of the shot. Right here, looking very nice. The same, by the way, so I'm showing off one. And obviously, you can plug it in here. You can plug it in there, or plug it in there if you want to. But we're going to go upper shoulder, because that is where Starscreams have their no rays. Very nice. Also, I looked at an image from that episode, and yeah, they did not give these characters Cybertronian modes. Instead, they gave them the Earth robot mode, and then the Cybertronian vehicle mode. So it does not mash at all. But overall, still doing a good job of blending the two together. Also, he's got some springy stuff here in the back of the leg. But overall, he looks pretty nice. So let's then get straight into the articulation segment with his head being able to, just like the other two, fully rotate the whole way around. Then his wings can move back and forth in that sense. You also have a rotation here to get out of the way for the arm rotation, which can go all the way around. You got some in and out. You have a rotation here. You got a double jointed elbow as well. And butterfly joints, which is very surprising, like I said with the other two. And if I ever get my hands on another version of this mold, which I don't really think I'm going to because I don't really need that, I would have said that again. Then you got the waist rotation that gets blocked by the backpack a bit, so that's a bit of a sad thing. But at least he has it, unlike Dark in the Moon Q from the Studio Series. Then his legs can go forward and a little bit backwards. You got some in and out. You got the rotation here. You got the bend at the knee right here as well. By the way, the out is all the way out. And then also his feet can ankle tilt a little bit, and he has a little bit of forward and backwards on the toes, on the feet as well. So he's got a bunch of articulation that you can actually use, because this is the first time that I actually really started using articulation in these figures. And with this one, I mean Siege as a whole, not specifically this figure. So let's move him to the back and let's bring in the lads, the reigning lads. So here we have Acid Storm with the reigning lads. Here we got the trilogy of reigning lads, looking very nice with the other two. And like I said before, Ion Storm is my favorite of the three, I will say that. Not just because he's blue, but because his battle damage is a lighter color, which means it blends in a bit more than the hurt that those two have. Nova Storm is my least favorite because of the battle damage being so ugly. But let's get these two out of here and let's bring in the leaders. So here we have Acid Storm with Galvatron and Starscream. Like I said before, I think maybe in this video, I do not have 86 Megatron by the time of recording this. So sadly enough, there's no Megatron yet. But there will be Megatron in at least next year's G1 reviews for Decepticons. But here he is with the two of them looking very nice. Let's get them out of here. So here we have him next to Shockwave and Soundwave looking nice as well. Man, I love Shockwave and Soundwave so much. Both coming from the Dramatic Capture Series set. But yeah, here he is with them. So let's get the two of them out of here. Move you in a little bit closer and then let's get it straight into that transformation. So let us transform this idiot. And we'll do that by opening up the arms, rotating this in. Shifting this piece also inside of the arm by utilizing the double joint and then closing the bad boy up. Do the same thing on the other side. Come on, there you go. Open this up, rotate this in, shimmy this in, and then rotate this up, and there you go. Right there. Whew. That was the step 1. Step 2 is you untap the backpack from back here and shift it up a bit. Rotate these nose cone pieces out to the front. I love this transformation sequence. I think it's genius the way that they did this. And tap that together like so. And then afterwards kind of get the wings out of the way and leave everything there. Afterwards, what you want to do is you want to come back here. You want to open up this panel, get this all the way around. This step right here goes into the slot on the back of his head. So you want to do that. Also, does he have light? I don't even know if he has light piping. Then what you want to do is you want to push the head back a bit. Open up the chest. Rotate it up. Push the head in all the way. And then leave that there for now. Then rotate the waist around like so. Fold in the heel and the foot. And rotate this in. And then this big tab here is going to slide in that slot right there. Same on the other side. So basically you want to take this and just slot that in. It's not really a sturdy connection, but everything else later on will make sure that it is a sturdy connection. Also rotate these down for now. We'll get back to them later. Then you want to get these two tabs here on the side of the leg, same on the other side, into these two holes. So you want to use the butterfly joint, which explains why he has it. They would never give Starscream something like that willingly. Probably something that needs to happen. This side does not really want to tab in. Come on, friends. There you go. Tabbed in like so. And then to kind of finish this guy off, what you want to do is you want to rotate this down like so. And then take these two tabs here and slide them in 2 of the 3 slots right there. And that basically will hold the whole thing together if you can get the tab connected to the slot. There you go. It's one side done. And that's 2 sides. And then afterwards, obviously, this here needs to get under there. So just put that under there, just push that under there. But basically, getting the tabs connected to the arm is what holds everything together. Then untap this, or double hinge this down and tab it back in. And then take this and push it up along the back. Push the feet back up because of the fact otherwise this was going to get in the way. And here we have Acid Storm in his Tetrajet mood. So here we have Acid Storm in his Tetrajet mood. Looking disgusting. It's like I dipped you in the toilet. My goodness, look at this thing. Ew. Ew. It doesn't look as disgusting as Nova Storm, but it does look disgusting. Look at the battle damage. It just looks so bad. I hate it. But we got the nice cockpit here, the nice gray here, the nice vent there. You got the nice Decepticon symbol there. It's annoying talking about this mold for the 3rd time, but to be honest, you should be known by this. This is how Seekers work. You talk about the same mold over and over and over again. The problem is, I actually know something about the other characters, and also I like the characters more. These people are unknown to me, so it's difficult for me to talk about this stuff. Also, you got the long-ass nose here at the front, and then obviously you got the booster at the back, the chest here at the back, and obviously the legs and the arms right here at the bottom. But I don't really mind that because, like I said, probably during the other 2 reviews, I don't even remember. It's been a while since I've done them, because right now, at the recording of this idiot is actually when the Mixmaster went up yesterday. Just so you know when I'm recording this. But I thought that it would be better if I just recorded these guys separately so I could have a nice overview. But I should have waited longer because I still have the other 2 in my memory. Anyway, overall, looking great, looking nice. There you go, big nose. Then you got the guns, obviously. And just like with the other 2, hole, hole, hole. We're gonna be using this one, and we're gonna be using this one as well. And there you go. Now he can shoot acid at the Autobots who came to Cybertron. Pew, 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 as they should. This thing doesn't really fly. I mean, it depends on how well you are at throwing. This idiot can actually probably fly pretty far. But eventually, just like gravity, it comes down. Because gravity is a fickle mistress, ain't she? But if you can throw him far, he can fly for a long time. And then he just goes down. But yeah, overall, looking very nice. So then, SAS comparison time, since there's nothing really else to talk about. Bring in the boys! So here we have the Tetra Triplet Storming Rainers of Troopers. Right here together. I tried to make something out of it, and I think I made a big mess out of it. Kind of like these two idiots. But yeah, here they are together, and overall, I do like to have all three of these together, you know. It's basically just off me checklist now. I don't really need them anymore, but they look very nice together. So let's get these guys out of here to bring in leaders. So here we have Galvatron and Starscream right here, looking very nice. By the way, I don't know when this video goes up, but by the time of recording this, I do not have 86 Megatron, just so you know. I don't know if I said that earlier because I've taken a little bit of a break since the transformation sequence in order to eat something, so I don't really remember what I said during the beginning part. But yeah, anyway, I don't have 86 Megatron, and I'm super excited about him because he looks really nice, and I want him so badly. I want to see how he works, were they able to pull everything off. Anyway, but overall, look at this nice stuff, mainly these two together. Let's get Galvatron out of here to get a little bit of a good shot of these two idiots together. Look at them. Look at him. Cybertron Earth. Very nice. So the next up is Kit from Knight Rider himself. Look at him. Look at Kit. Looking very nice. Next to Acid Storm. But obviously it doesn't really work because the one is on Cybertron and the other one is on Earth, and also in an entirely different franchise. So I don't really care what these two look like together, but they do look nice together. So let's get him out of here. So we can bring in Shockwave and Soundwave. Looking at them all together makes me very happy as well. They look nice together, so let's get them out of here. Pull Acid Storm a bit closer and let's get into that reverse transformation. So let's get Acid Storm back into his robot mode. So what you want to start off with is you want to come here to the back, the chest mode here. As you can see, you want to untap this from in here, which can be sometimes a wee bit difficult. So just be careful. Rotate it down. Then take this piece here and untap it as well. Rotate it up and tab it in at the top. And after that, you want to come in here and just basically lower this a little bit and then just in there. Come on. There you go. Untap that. There you go. Went a little bit lower and then untap it like so. After that, what you want to do is you want to technically untap these things from the legs, the arms, and then what you want to do is straighten them out just to get them out of the way. Then after that, what you want to do is you want to take the legs here, rotate them all the way down, and then also rotate the backpack up. But rotate this down, rotate this around, rotate this to the front. There you go. Fold out the feet, simple as that. Rotate this down, which causes the head to pop up, and then rotate the head all the way up. Tap the chest into place, then come to the back here and take this back flap here. Technically, you could just leave it in, but that would very much restrict the head movement. So rotate that thing all the way in. After that, what you can do is you can come down here and untap this. That was not a nice noise, but whatever. Anyway, rotate these bad boys all the way around. Like I said before, I think I love how they did this stuff. And then rotate this down, and there are two tabs back here that are going to slide into two slots right there. So tab one side in, tab the other side in. Make sure that the head stays out the way it's supposed to. Alright, so I guess don't push that all the way in. That did not happen with the other two, I think. Anyway, after that you can fold out the wings, I guess, and then we come to the arms for the finishing touch, for the big finale. So just open this up, take the hand and rotate it out. Rotate this out as well, and then fold that in. Do the same thing on this side. Rotate this out, fold out the hand like so. Come on, dude. Really? Okay, fine. Rotate this out. There you go. Rotate this forward. Rotate this in. And there you go. And here we have Acid Storm back in robot mode. So let's just attach these null rays as well, because he needs those as well. And then we can do final thoughts. There we are, boys. Final thoughts. Here we go. So here we have Acid Storm back in his robotic mode. So final thoughts on Acid Storm, and also I actually rewatched my reviews a bit in order to see what my final thoughts were for the other two, and I completely to complement the butterfly joints that I actually love the fact that they are in here. Apparently, I did have something new to say the third time I'm doing this because the butterfly joints are great. The fact that he comes with butterfly joints, yes, it is for transformation, but still, very good. I like it a lot. I'm happy that they actually included that. And overall, like I said with the other two, this set I don't really think is worth it. I think this mold is worth it if you can find it for a good price. The mold itself, as in Starscream and the others, also count. But this set, to me, I don't really see as worth it, outside of the fact that, yes, it's 3 Voyager class figures, but it's 3 of the same molds. So that kind of takes the fun down a bit, because by the third time, you're like, oh god, him again. You know, it's not like the Dramatic Capture series, or even the, or any of, well, actually, any of the Dramatic Capture series. You also had the one with, like, Starscream, Blitzwing, and Astro Train, or you have the one where, the one that comes out this year, or may have already came out, with Thundercracker and then Reflector and also that little guy. Those sets are a lot more worth it because you get different figures, so you have different experiences. Here you have 3 times the same experience, and that is where I would say it's not worth it. However, if you find this mold, potentially the Starscream version, and you want it, I'd say pick it up. It is a fun guy. Voyager class price point is what I would recommend for this guy, but yes, I would recommend the mold, and if you want the set, you can buy it, but if you can buy it anyway. But I wouldn't really recommend it. Also, the funny part is, I actually bought the last one of this set, because when I ordered it from the site, which was like earlier this year, I immediately looked later on and it was sold out. So I bought the last one, which I actually thought was pretty funny. But overall, yeah, the mold is worth it, but this set I would say no to. Skip it. There are other sets out there that are a lot more worth it. But that has been my review of Transformers War for Cybertron Siege, Voyager class, Rainmaker, Acid Storm. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!